Hi, welcome back to day 12. So today I need to recap using for loops and if conditions. In for loops, I have to say some important keywords, that is continue and break. So that is the actually main thing. So I need to say continue and so break. Okay, so these are the two keywords that are very much important. So you need to know so why we need to use break and why we need to use continue. So for that, let me take a simple example and so see in the meaning in the continue and break in these keywords only there is a lot of meaning. Continue means whenever so it's like take a real time example. So you're going to visit some Thailand. Okay, you are going to a trip to Thailand. So first you need to go to like let's assume you need to go to a airport and you need to take a flight from there to Thailand. Okay, so for that, so when you enter airport, there will be some checks. Okay, so if your passport details everything is fine, then they will allow you to enter into the okay. So right, okay. So if something is wrong, so then they will put a break. Okay, so it's not correct and you need to go. Okay, so they will not allow you from there. So if something comes, you need to stop. The further execution will not be there. Okay, there only that loop will stop. So that is break. Continuous. If something comes, okay. If everything is fine, so if like I'm expecting something, so if that password is I need to make sure the password is correct. If the password is correct, okay, you can continue to your further whatever trip you are planned. Okay, so this is a simple real-time example. Now let me take a code. Let me go to VS Code and let me explain you here. So let's take a number number one equal to 1. So let's print numbers from 1 to 10. Okay, so for that let's use 1 to 10. See, 1 to 10, I know the start, I know the range. For I in range 1 to 10. Okay, so if you want to print 10, just add 1. Okay, 10 plus 1, because anyhow the last number will not be printed. It will not include this. In Python, the ending, the whatever the stop you are using, that will not be included. Okay, so that if you use 10 plus 1, so till 10 it will print. So 11 will be all as usual. It will not be printed. Now print I. This is a simple for loop that we use. Okay, to print till 10. So if the number is if the number is divided by 2, if the number is divisible by 2, I don't want to print that number. Let's assume this is the condition. Okay, so see, now you learned conditional statement, you learned for loop. Now I am explaining you how to use conditional statement as well as loops. Together you can write programs. This is how you do step by step. I started at the beginning of my videos. I explained you about variables. It's just initializing variables, and then I explained you about what is data types, what are data types, and what are operators. And using those operators, I did some small programs using conditional statements. Now mixing of all these things, I'm writing another program. Just I'm adding for loop now. Now let's take if. Okay, if, okay, number, okay, if that I. So here see the I, this is a variable. Whenever I was explaining about syntax, I mentioned this is the I you need to use. Whatever variable you use, if you use k here, you need to use that variable here. If you use your any variable, you can take any variable until unless it's for obeying all the rules of that variable declaration. Use some any variable. Let's take num. Okay, so if num. Okay, again I'm saying any variable you can take, but that variable should be used inside that for loop. Okay, this is the one thing you need to keep in mind. If num percent L by 2 equal to 0. See, while explaining operators, I have explained about this model operator. Why we use this? To get the remainder. Okay, num percent L by 2. What will be the remainder? The remainder will be 0. So here I'm using comparison operators. So either if it will be true or false. If it is true, it will enter into this loop. Else, it will not enter into this loop. Now, num percent L by 2 equal to 0. Okay, continue. I don't want to print that. Okay. Else. You can use else, or you can write what? the next condition here itself. If you want to print, you can print here. Okay. So you can print here itself. Or else you can use else statements and you can print. So this is a one way, or this is a efficient way. So at beginning, so if you can't remember this, use else, no problem. Else, and remember, indentation should be careful. Okay. So else print I num. Okay, so num, this is the variable that I have used, right? So num should be used. Now if I run this, let me explain you with each iteration. See, first iteration, so the num value will be, the num value will be num equal to 1. Okay, the num will equal to 1, and then it will come to next line, that is, if num percentile by 2 equal to 0, is num is 1. Okay, 1 percentile by 2 equal to 0. Is it true? No, it is not true. So the remainder will be something else, right? So when you divide 1 by 2, so you'll get some 0 point something something, okay? But 0, 0, that will be the output. The remainder will be as usual. So it is not equal to 0, right? That's the one thing. Now, this condition will not get executed. So you don't worry about errors. Because I'm using, so let me use, okay. So now see, there are not. See, num equal to 1 at first, and then 1% LP2 equal to 0. No, it is not equal percent equal 0. So now what will happen? So here, so I'll use this. Okay. So it is not, it is false. Okay, this is false. So it will not enter into this loop. So it will print num. Okay. So it will print num. So the first value will be 1. Now let's take another value. Okay. Let's take the second iteration. So the second iteration will be num will be incremented. So 1 will become 2. So is 2. Now num will become 2. Okay. So num will become 2. Is 2 percentile by 2 equal to 0? Is remainder is 0? Yes, it is true. Now what will happen? It will not print this 2. So it will just continue. It will continue. I mean, it will go to next number. That is 3. Is 3% L by 2 equal to 0? No, it is not equal to 0. It will, you will get 1 as a reminder, right? So you will get a 1 as a reminder. So it will become false. And here, whenever it becomes false, it will not enter into this if condition. It will enter into this else condition. So it will print the, that is 3. So this is what happens, and let's see. So this is what happens till 10. Okay. So our output will be 1, 3, 5, 7. Basically, then odd numbers will be printed. All right. So the even numbers will be skipped. Okay. Let's run this. See, that's it. So as simple as it is. So this is how this continue on. So let's see the break statement. Okay. So now continue I used instead of continue, like I will have another elif statements. Okay, so I used if and else. Let's use elif also. Elif num percentile by 5 equal to uh, 0 break, which means the loop will stop. So now just think what will happen. See, in this case, if I take this, so when num percentile by 5 equal to 0, so it will break. From there, execution will not happen. Okay, execution will stop there. Okay, further execution will not happen. For that, will run. So let's do this. Okay, let's check each iteration. The first iteration, the num value will be 1. So 1 percentile by 2 equal to 0 false. So it will check elif is 1 percentile by 5 equal to, no, it is also false. So here what it will do, now this is false now. So else it will print the 1. Now it will check with the 2. Is 2 percentile by 2 equal to 0? Yes, 2. So it will continue. It will not do anything. This condition will get executed, right? Now 2 will become 3. Is 3 percentile by 2 equal to 0? Is 3 percentile by 2 equal to 0? No, it is false. So it will not enter into this if condition. So it will come to this elif condition. Is num, that is 3 percentile by 5 equal to 0? False. It will not enter it in the elif condition also. So it will come to else condition. So here it will print 3. Okay. Now, okay, now 1, 3 will be printed. Now in the next iteration 4, okay, it will become 4. Is 4 percentile by 2 equal to 0? Yes, it is true. So it is true. So what will happen? So this, it will just continue. Okay, it will not do anything. Next, 5 will become 5. Is 5 percentile by 2 equal to 0? No, it is false. So it will not enter into this condition. But now, L, if that is 5 percentile by 5 equal to 0, is 5 percentile by mean remainder means, see, 5 by 5. So okay, if you do 5 by 5, you will get some quotient will be 1 and remainder will be 0, right? So remainder will be 0. So this condition will be true. That is 5 percentile by 5 equal to 0. This is condition is modulo operator is used for remainder. Okay. So remember this modulo operator is for remainder, and that division operator is for to get the quotient, right? This is the one thing you need to keep in mind. So now see, if I run this, see, execution will stop there only. Only I need to get the output 1 and 3. Okay. See, only 1 and 3 will be printed. So this is how this break statements and continuous statements work in for loop. And whenever you are using for loop or any loops, okay, there is one more loop I will explain in the next video. But whenever you use loops, then only this continue and break statement can be used. If suppose there is no for loop, okay, there is no for loop, okay, num1 is equal to 10. If use here, okay, if num1, let's use num1. So here also we will make it num1. Now why I'm making this, because I don't have for loop now. Okay, so see, you are getting a clear error here, so you cannot use only within a loop. Okay, you can use within a loop, guys. See, if you are not getting all this kind of when it's not getting highlighted means, see, uh, uh, okay, so I will get error here itself. So what I'm trying to say is, for loops only we'll use continue and break statement. Else we'll not use them. If I remove this, if I remove this, most of the code will become correct. And here is some indentation issues. Okay. So if you correct these indentation issues, you're done. Okay. So this is how it works. Okay. So here use num1. So here use you need to have some statements, right? So print one. So here also you need to have something. Okay. So here also you need to have something like print one. Okay. So just to make sure to remove those errors. Okay. So this is a C. So I have did. So I mean, whenever you have some for loops and loops, then only you can use break and continuous. This is the one thing you need to keep in mind. Okay. So inside for loop, you can have if conditional statements, if else, okay, and you can have nested if else statements also. So see, guys, again, practice a lot. So practice only makes you more confident. Okay, practice a lot. Try to do magic. So sky is the only limit for you. So practice a lot every day. And if you are not getting this kind of recommendations, or else if you want, whenever you are over like do your mouse over here, you should get some things like, so it will be useful to understand, okay, so what exactly happening. See, so if you're not getting it, in next way I will explain what I will say what to do. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. So I hope you understood continue and break keywords in for loops. Okay, and also how to write a program using for loops, and inside how to use these conditional statements. So I expect you to practice programs on you. I need you to practice on a simple programs like so some uh problems. You can create some problems, write a simple for loop, using for loop, write a program to print numbers from 1 to 10, write a program to print numbers from 10 to 1, and skip the numbers, odd numbers, and skip the even numbers, and skip the numbers which are divisible by 3. And so like this you can write a lot of programs. And yeah, so that's the exercise that I'm giving you. So I hope you will practice. So with this, I will end my video here. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care, Tata Baba, and don't forget to like this video, share this video with your friends who are ready to learn Python programming. Okay, thank you guys. Love you all.